Hello, everyone, and welcome to a small business spotlight. I am so excited to bring to you tonight a very, very special guest. Not only is he absolutely amazing, but he's just become such a dear friend over these past several years. And there's nothing more awesome than to watch someone that you are working right alongside with just make massive moves and generate massive impact and difference in this world. And so I'm going to bring on Spencer Jones, who actually, let me introduce him a little bit. He has Jonesin 4 Academy, and he is here to talk about, let me just tell you a little bit about Spencer here, okay? He is the founder of Jonesin 4 Academy, and they are on a mission to ignite people's lights so they can chase their passions, help others, and live their life to the max. So, hello, Spencer. How are you this evening?
Hello. I am fantastic. What an amazing intro. Thank you so much for having me here. And I'm so excited to be here, share my light, my energy with all of y'all, and just hopefully I don't know, just help you out, live your life to the max in some way, shape, or form.
There we go. There we go. And so, my first thing is I believe in dreams. Okay. I always say it. I believe in dreams. And for many people, building a business and generating that place in the world that they are here to make is part of building dream. And so I always want to talk about business. Let's talk about your small business. Let's highlight your small business. So I just first want to ask a question that most people may not even think to ask. All right. You're in business today. You're an entrepreneur today. But what was your very first job?
The very first job. Okay, let me think back. Okay, first legal job would have been where I had to like pay tax and stuff like that. That would have been I was hired at 14 years old as a chef or as a cook at a family restaurant. So I went in for that job and they hired me. I can't believe they hired me as a cook at 14. Like not a dishwasher, didn't work the way. No, as a cook, like wild. I remember the first Fridays here in Wisconsin, you got like Fish Fridays. It was crazy busy that first night. And I'm like, what the heck did I do? But the other job that I didn't pay taxes on was my parents. We grew up on 5 acres, and my parents had raspberries, like rows of raspberries, and we sold a lot of different produce. And so my probably first job was picking raspberries for my parents, and then
Okay.
that led into the whole entrepreneurial side of like, well, then I grew pumpkins and sold other things,
Oh,
throughout the
awesome.
year, and then had my own snow shoveling and lawn mowing business, stuff like that. But first, W-2 job would have been the cook.
Love it. And so how do you go from cook to now Jonesin 4? Like that's why I always like to start with that because my very first job was at Toys R Us,
Okay.
and I got to wear an orange and white striped jacket blazer that it made me so happy. And it's like, and now here I am talking about dreams. So how, like, what took you on the journey to be here with Jonesin 4? Like, how did that become the thing for you?
That is it's a journey. It's a long journey. So I'll try to condense it down so we're not here for like 4 or 5 hours chatting up, because man, we can go into all these different rabbit holes. Okay, so buckle in. We're gonna go rapid pace here. I started playing. Might seem totally abstract, but just follow along for a moment.
Hmm.
So I started playing the piano when I was 11, and started playing the oboe. It's like a clarinet type instrument when I was in fourth grade. So right around that, maybe 10, 11, something like that. Fell in love with music. Fell in love with creating music, composing music, and loved movies as well. So I started to write movie scores or different music and thought I would love to go into that. Well, okay, fast forward, I'm in college and I'm going for music composition. I'm taking the music classes, out at a 2 year university. Met my amazing wife, Katie, there, and knew she was the one. We got engaged after 4 months, so really quickly. And I was told that I needed to have insurance, and the entrepreneur side, the composer side doesn't really have insurance, so get a stable job, you can compose elsewhere. So I did. So I was thinking, well, what could I do that I could still compose? I said, well, I could teach, right? Then I could teach and still compose. So I started. Shifted my degree to become a teacher. Most of the credits transferred, so that was all good. Still took 7 years, but
Mhm.
I graduated from college in music education. Started teaching. Fell in love with teaching. Loved working with students. It was my passion. Seeing them light up, get energized, and have those aha moments was incredible. Well, after 4 years, that started to shift, and I started to notice, like, okay, this isn't going to be my full time gig. There's going to be something I don't know what yet. Well, in this whole process of college and teaching, I found one of my passions kayak fishing, and I also started to gain weight. And I fluctuated the weight, right? I worked out for a summer, lost weight, gained it, lost weight, did the whole yo-yo diet thing. And then all of a sudden, one summer, towards the end of summer, I realized I can't chase my passion as much as I want, right? Like, it's harder to paddle my kayak to that spot to fish. It's harder to get load on top of my car. What could I do? Well, I said, all right, I need to take care of my health and fitness. So I started working out, did the at home workout programs. And then the people who got me involved with that were like, hey, you're really good at this. You have a good energy. You should coach people at this. And I'm like, why not? Right? Why not give this a shot? So then I started learning about that and coaching people, helping people. That then led me to learn about personal growth development, which then helped me, which there's long stories in all these, but we're condensing it down. So it went from personal growth and learning, oh my gosh, I could like master my energy. I don't have to let the day dictate if I'm in a good mood or bad mood. I woke up on the good side of the bed, someone cut me off on traffic. Like, no, I could determine my energy and my attitude, that positive mindset. And so then that interested me a lot. So I went down that rabbit hole of how to create a positive, abundant mindset, how to really intentionally master our energy throughout our life and day. And that led me to what I'm doing. So it started fitness with and mindset as I started teaching, and I shifted away from teaching, retired from that 4 years ago after 9 years in a middle school, high school classrooms, different schools,
Mhm.
and went full time doing this business. And it started off with fitness and mindset, and then shifted to much more to mindset and just personal growth all in all. So now going from that kid who is playing music and playing outside, picking raspberries as it were, to now we own a global company that has a whole ecosystem of a community, the Jonesin 4 Academy, like you mentioned, which is online personal growth library essentially people can access. And then we also host events all around the world, whether it's a 1 day event, 7 days event, virtual, whatever. But it all grew from chasing that dream, that passion, and going, I know I'm meant for more. What is that? What does that look like? What am I good at? What can I do? And just kind of keep following that trail and help people along the way.
I love that. I love that you bring that up because I put down master over your energy. And that doesn't, you don't just like read that out of a textbook, right? That's like something that has taken you years to grow into, to develop, to be able to be in a position now to actually help others in that area. So for the small business owners that are tuning in, those that maybe feel like, oh my gosh, everything I'm trying right now is just not working. It can take years. It can take years. So before we dive back more into like how you actually can help and serve people today, give a little bit of that inspiration to that small business owner that maybe just feels like maybe they're only like in their first year and doubt creeps in because you see everyone else around you doing it and you're working hard and you're going for it, but man, like why is everything working for everybody else but not me? Can you kind of just speak into that person for just a little bit?
Yeah. So speaking into myself, 4 something years ago after I started going full time, even before that, and all the way up through yesterday, today, to that point, because I mean, let's be honest, let's be real. It's all about comparison, right? And that when what you were talking about there, and what we do is we look at other people who have businesses and they're entrepreneurs, business owners, pick the label that you want, and you look at them and you're going, oh my gosh, look how well they're succeeding, what they're doing, how much money they seem to be bringing in, or that line out the door, or whatever that is. And you're comparing yourself and your business with them. Now, sometimes a very, very rare circumstance is comparison okay, so that you can learn and grow. But most of the time, what we do is we take it, we internalize it, and we beat ourselves up over it, right? We're diminishing our energy. It becomes that energy vampire that drains us. So, what I try to remind myself when those moments hit, when I'm noticing I'm comparing myself to other people, is I go back and I say, I look at what wins did I have? What were my successes? There's a great book, I believe it's by Dan Sullivan, called The Gap and the Gain. And so when we're comparing ourselves to other people, we're looking at that gap, that area that goes, I'm not at my goal yet, or I'm not where they're at yet. There's this gap here, as opposed to the gain of, hey, this is where I started. Here's where I'm at. Here's all the amazing, the good things. All right. A nickname that our friend Michael Faber gave me is the Prince of Positivity. I'm all about positive abundant mindset, right? I love spreading positivity, but I still get sucked into looking at the negative of like, oh, I'm not there yet. I'm missing these things, as opposed to look at all of those positives, right? There's so much growth, so many amazing things you have learned, you have accomplished, people you have helped that we just blow over. And Elena and I were talking right before we went live about how amazing it is when you follow your dream, when you are you and you're doing what's best for you, how everything seems to fall in place. It might not necessarily be as quick as you want it to be or you'd hoped or expected. But when you are you, things start to align and happen faster and easier. And that's when you know you get to impact even more lives. So look at and you get into that point by looking at the good things, looking at the good things and recognizing, hey, these are my talents. These are what I'm really good at. Look at the people I've helped so far and all of those positives, and not saying, okay, this is where I'm content here. No, you can use that as energy and forward momentum to keep going and continue to chase your goals, your passions, your dreams.
And I love that. And I have a question for you, Mr. Energy Master. When you're in your zone, when you know like, oh my gosh, this is what I think it's supposed to be, or this is where I feel most comfortable. Isn't that when your energy elevates naturally on its own? Like that's almost an indicator for people that if it lifts you and it like, man, it kind of just fills your tank and you're ready to just keep going. Isn't that an indicator instead of like, oh, I have to do this today? I mean, we all have those days,
Right.
but naturally, what what can people see in their energy when they know that they're in the space that is right for them? And I know you can speak to this and show your expertise on this level.
You're 100% right that there's a difference between the days and moments when it's a grind and you're just like, oh, okay, I have to do this. Let me take these steps. We all have those days. Even the most successful person has those days, and it's through the discipline of doing that that they get those breaths of fresh air. So, what does it feel like when you are in alignment, when you're in synergy, when everything's when you're doing what you're meant to be doing? Well, it feels freeing. It feels energizing to you, right? Energizing your energy. You feel, I'm trying to think of another word, energetic, but still using energy as the root word. But you feel light, ready to rock and roll, and can do your things. And the hard things don't even seem that hard because you love what you do. You're passionate about it, right? It's those things where you lose track of time, things where you can keep working and working and working, but it never feels like work. It's never daunting or distracting when you're totally in that purpose. Now, saying that there are still tough days, tough moments, right? When you're like, okay, I don't want to do this, but you do it because you know that that's just a little sticky point that's going to get you to that next fully aligned moment when you are shining bright. And I mean, that's one of the ways I like to feel. I feel this warmth in my heart that glows outward, that feels like that breath of fresh air where I feel alive, focused, energized, fulfilled, and it's almost like I'm invincible at that point. I'm just gonna keep going and keep shining.
I love that. It's like, move out my way. I got this. I'm
Right.
invincible. I can take on anything. So, taking on anything. I know you have done retreats like around the globe, and you've got more on the
Yeah.
way. And we are spotlighting you. So talk about the retreats that you've had, the experiences for your people, but then also share with the listeners what you got coming up next and how they might be able to come along and join you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, and can I share? Well, let me say this way: all of the events follow a structure, right, within our business and how we serve people. And no matter where you come in, there's an event and some stuff that can support you. So, can I share the structure of the business as well, so people could just? I'm all about just being transparent, so people could see the whole structure and see how the
Please,
events work.
please do. That way they see themselves in it and where they how they grow with you. Yes, absolutely.
I appreciate that. And I will say, to get that breath of fresh air, that energized feeling, clarity is huge, right? To touch back on the last topic, once you're clear about who you are and where you're going, or even have that sense of direction, it's so much more invigorating and exciting. And we just had even more clarity. We've been doing this a long time, that we've had even more clarity just a month, 2 months ago. And whew, man, it's like jet fuel. And we're just rocking and rolling, and it gets me energized, but things start to fall in place easier. Hence the structure we had, but now it's even more crystal clear. So we have four different tiers, if you imagine, within Jonesin four. We have our academy, which covers all of it, right? We talked about our ecosystem. We have our academy, we have our community, and we have our events. But within that, there's four tiers. The first tier is when you're really struggling with energy vampires, right? Those people, places, things that are draining your energy. You're feeling exhausted, frustrated, drained. And so we have a 5-day energy vampire hunt that we put on, that we just had last week. And we'll be doing those every couple months to help hunt down and help you become aware of those energy vampires in your life. But from there, what the event that we have is a 1-day energy recharge event, which is all focused on, now you are aware of your energy vampires, let's vanquish them and then plug into your infinite energy.
Okay.
And then
Very
from there,
cool.
after you got rid of the energy vampires, the next phase is, well, let's gain more positivity, more joy in our lives, that positive energy going forward. So we have a 5-day positivity challenge that we do in our community. We have that, but then we also have our Crush and Conquer event, which is a 3-day retreat up here in Wisconsin, where we help you build a bulletproof positive mindset, so that we give you the tools and strategies and experiences to reinforce it. And we all base it on science. So now you're building this positive neural pathway and getting that reinforced. So now you're creating this super highway of positivity in your mindset, so that you can keep crushing it. Okay, so cool. I'm feeling more positive. I'm feeling good, but oh my gosh, there's so many voices, so many things going on in my life. It's like chaotic.
Mhm.
Okay, that brings up that third tier, which is finding that inner peace, right? So we have our mascot here, Chip the Monk. This is a fun one. And so what we do is we offer a meditation experience, another 3-day experience up here in Wisconsin at our headquarters, where we help you tap into that inner peace and connect to it, and give you the tools and strategies and the experiences, so that you can be like, oh, okay, this is what meditation can do for me. And even if you never meditated before, you're an old master at it, you're like, okay, we'll show you how to do it. Maybe you've struggled with it. Cool. I struggled with it for years,
Mhm.
but I've learned how to use it and other strategies. It's not just meditating, by the way, but how can you tap into inner peace? So now you can have that calm peace of mind that allows you to have that focus going forward. So let's see, you vanquish energy vampires, you've built a bulletproof positive mindset, and you have found your inner peace. Right.
Love it.
Right. And so then that
Mhm.
leads to the fourth level, which is the continuing it, keep it rolling, keep it going. And that's where we have our winter yoga retreat, where we come up and we have fun, and just you're hanging out with good people, having a good time, doing some different things, taking a little break from the day-to-day life. We also do international experiences. Like, we were in Romania last year. We're going to the Philippines in 2025.
Nice.
So that's exciting. And then one of our events that covers all of those things is our Energizer Summit, which we have coming up in September. So no matter where you are on the journey, you get to be poured into by amazing people, energizers and speakers, and really have breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. So, which allows you to step into your light and shine even brighter than you are now.
That is beautiful. That's like absolutely beautiful, because that does actually give your people the full, like, how do I want to say? It's not like anybody comes in and then says, okay, like, now what? Now they're dropped off and like go figure it out. You are actually guiding through every step that will propel them into that growth that they're seeking. Like, whatever it is that they're doing in their life, you have given them the full circle of how to find the energy vampires, like you said, and then protect the mind, and then bring the peace, like all of it. Like that's really awesome. So if somebody were to want to start a conversation with you and say, like, I like everything that I'm hearing here, I don't really know where I fit in this, how does that look? Just explain like what that kind of process looks like for somebody that's brand new to you.
Yeah. So for someone that's brand new, just send me a message. You can message me on Facebook. You can email me, Spencer at spencermjones.com. Send me an email and let's just set up a call. Let's just have a conversation to see where you're at and how life's going for you. And then we can see, okay, what's going on in your life? What are the goals, the dreams that you have? Where are you? And then we can see what best fits you. But if you're like, I'm just not sure, I don't have the time, or I don't want to reach out to Spencer, that's okay. Like, I get it. I would love to have a conversation with you regardless. But if you want, just hop into our community. It's called the Energy Hub. It's a free group on Facebook. Just hop in the Energy Hub. And then you're getting surrounded by the energizers. You're going to see the events that we have and see what resonates with you. And you could sample different things. We have master classes and calls and meditations on there and different things that you could all have for free, and just kind of see how that fits. But if you're ready to hop in and say, no, let's go, I'm ready, this sounds amazing, I'm ready to vanquish those energy vampires, build that positive mindset, or find that inner peace, or keep it going, then just send me a message and let's chat, and let's have some fun.
That's awesome. And that makes it, because I remember like years ago just being new to this space of personal growth. I mean, honestly, it's like it's not something that everybody talks about every day in like school, and like you just really don't. And so when you step into this space of like personal growth, it can be scary if you're the first person in your like circle, to even family, even to step into this. And so I think creating those communities that you have that kind of just says, hey, come on in, it's open, you're welcome, and just kind of see what vibes and see where you fit. I remember joining yours. I think it was when you did a positivity challenge, like we're talking back in 2019, maybe 20.
2020, I think you joined up. I think you
Okay.
joined up with, we had 2 or 3 before that, but I think you joined up, I think it was like October of 2020.
Okay, so it's like amazing that it came into my life at a time where I'm just like, who is this person? How did he come? Like, and then you kind of just, I remember seeing you show up with your coffee mug, and and so
Still
it's
doing
like,
it. Hasn't
yep,
changed. Still
yep.
coffee mug. We're good.
And so it's just amazing that you kind of, you know, I was very introverted. So for all of my fellow introverts out there, it's okay. You like Spencer's a safe space. Check them out. Because I kind of just checked things out for a little bit, while I was growing. And it's like now here we are, and I'm like meeting your wife and hugging you and all these kinds of things. And that's just kind of the journey and what it's all about.
Well,
Um,
isn't that so true? Like, you want to test the waters a lot, and with any group. I mean, and yes, have a conversation with me if that's what people are interested in, but still test the community out. See if it's a right fit for you, whether it's us or another community. I mean, you're already part of Elena's amazing community. Great, so you know that that's the jive for you. But as you explore other things and get into other hobbies, see what communities best fit you. Which ones are in alignment, because you'll realize that, hey, some might be the same topic, same focus, but you're like, man, I'm just not feeling it with these people, or I don't feel safe there. Then that's not the community for you. Find the one that is, and or create the one that is. And I will say, I'm not introverted in the least, but Katie, my wife, is 100% introverted. Like, we go to events and she's like, what? I mean, I'm happy to be here for this, but also I just want to be in the room reading a book, and I'm happy doing that, right? And so you get both sides with us. And I will say this, I'm not trying to boast, but the communities you go into, make sure you feel safe. Not all communities are safe, as far as they're safe for their people, but might not feel safe for you. One thing that Katie and I would say, learned in the classroom, but we also know, if you think back to your classroom experiences, you had some teachers where you felt comfortable in the classroom and other ones you didn't. Katie and I are lucky, blessed, whatever you want to call it, learned that we we do a really good job of building a safe classroom, right? I had to for the choir classroom so people could sing and be open and do that. Her with her fourth and fifth grade classroom when she was teaching, she was a fourth, fifth grade teacher for 12 years. And now we brought it to our events. And so like, no, people have told us like, no, I feel safe, and we can get safe really quickly with a group of people, whether it's at a retreat, whether it's in our energy hub group, because for us, it's like, no, this is a judgment free zone. Like,
Yeah.
Nope, there's no judgment. There's no like this way's the only way. No, we're here, we're understanding, we're friendly, we're open, and we just share love. Like if you're about positivity, love, and sharing that with others, and getting more of that in your life, then we're the right community for you. If you're
I
not,
love it.
then we're not, right? Then go find your community, because we're not that one.
Yep. I get it. I'm a big and like, and that's the thing. Energy doesn't lie.
Right.
Like you can't hide it. You can't fake it. It's out there and it's all around. And so it's like, I kind of just think of it as magnets. And when you gravitate or are drawn to someone, something, it's like that's undeniable. It's energy. But also when you feel like it's off, that's energy too. Like don't force it. And I love the communities that you're building, I'm building. We came together through Michael's community, and so it's like we are just like good people. I'm loving us as just supporters of each other. And that's why, to me, it's really important to bring on business owners as yourself to show that we need to lock arms, because if our primary purpose is to serve and help people, we need to put ourselves in positions for people to find us. And so thank you for coming on to Small Business Spotlight and sharing a little bit more about what you do. Are there any last little tidbits that you want to add to the listener, or for the listeners to just know about you and what you represent?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. And well, thank you so much for having me on. This is such an honor to share about Jonesin 4 and the stuff that we do. And just know that if anybody's feeling exhausted or have that chaos in their mind and they're just looking for a positive mindset, you found your place. You found your people to find that love and joy. And so reach out, join the Energy Hub if that's something that interests you. You can check out our website too if that's something that is interested in you. Then you can see all the other stuff we do. It's wearejonesin4.com. But I'll leave you with this. Even more important than the website, than even joining a group. If you just take this away, my life is made complete in so many ways. And that is this. You, yes, you are amazing. You are worthy. And you are enough just the way you are. You don't need to do anything, change anything, or prove anything to anyone. You are amazing, worthy, and enough. Thank you so much for having me on, Elaine. I really appreciate it.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Spencer. And thank you for those of you tuning in this evening. And we will also be showing this on E360 TV this coming Thursday. So if you missed us this evening, you're going to find us there. And I appreciate you sharing your heart with us, your passion with us, and the way that you serve and pour goodness into this world, Spencer. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.